But at night, I would watch the news cycle. The more I watched, the more depressing it seemed to me. The polarization, paralyzation, the vitriol, the anger, the fear, even the hatred, and the shallowness. And the more I listened, and the more I read and thought and prayed about this, the more I realized how we had lost something very, very important, this ancient idea that Jack referred to, called the common good, which goes back such a long time. I found things like this. This quote: "This is the rule of the most perfect Christianity, its most exact definition, its highest point, namely, the seeking of the common good. For nothing can so make a person imitator of Christ as caring for his neighbors." John Chrysostom, 347 to 407. 4th century, they were talking about the common good. When we just take care of ourselves and our group and our tribe and our side and our party, we'll all be in serious trouble soon. But when we decide to take care of each other as well, and when we ask the question, who my neighbor is, which is a common gospel question, that's the beginning of the common good. In fact, I think the foundation, the spiritual foundation for the common good, when Jesus said, to love your neighbor as yourself. Now that's in Judaism, Islam, Christianity. And the more I thought about that, again as a dad and Little League coach, I was thinking, that means that I can love my sons Luke and Jack with more than I've ever imagined I could love anyone or anything. That's okay, that's good. But it means I've got to love other people's kids as well as my own sons. And that is a transformational ethic, and it was supposed to be. So how do we understand this common good ethic, which is in all of our faith traditions? It's also, though, in our democratic secular tradition, so that this can be a conversation that we can have on all sides. I mean, Mike and I have talked about these things at Davos, the World Economic Forum, and just around town, and we once were involved in a poverty forum. We had people from both sides, but who cared about poverty, to find what's right and what works. And the conversation in this town is about winning and not governing. It's about campaigning. It's about winning and losing. Both sides take an issue. They want to make us afraid of it and then blame it on the other side. We don't get to trying to solve at the root causes what's really going on here. And so I try and just, the first part of the book is trying to ask what inspires the common good. Now, the common good is, and I look around the room, I see John Carr here and others who have been experts or resource people for me on the common good, so I'm looking forward to our conversation. The book title and the subtitle really raise these questions. I can't tell you the 6 things that make up the common good, but I want to say it's always the right question. It's the right metric, And there are different ways to get to the common good, but there are parts of our political spectrum that really don't even acknowledge the concept, the ethic of the common good. And that has to be, and I would say perhaps on the right, it's the radical libertarian notions that where Ayn Rand is preferred to Jesus here, where the individual is the only metric and not the common good. But I would say on the left, identity politics of various kinds can also be just about our tribe, our interest, our identity. And again, forget to talk about the common good.